What is up, everybody? My name is BobaTalks. Hope you have all had a good Christmas and a good holidays, whether that's still going for you, whether you're back to work, who knows. But the other day, I asked you guys to send me in some questions for the Flash Season 4 Q&A, and you did so. Some of you seem to have sent in some Gotham questions and some other questions, even though that's not a part of it, but fair enough. But I'm obviously going to be doing the Flash questions, and there's quite a few good questions that I am really excited to answer. So I'm going to start off with Insane Psycho's question, and that is, hey Boba, do you think we will see the reverse Flash wear a suit like Barry's most recent one, but in reverse colors? So I think what you're basically trying to say there is, you know how he got like a pimped out Flash Season 4 suit with, you know, more of like the gold on the arms and the gold ears. Are we basically going to get another reverse Flash suit, like similar but upgraded? I don't think so, just mainly because of if we're keeping in lines of continuity. You know, so the reverse Flash is from the future. So when he comes to the past, you know, why would his suit change unless it was even further in the future reverse Flash? So I don't know how that would work. I think that would be really cool to see, but I think they would have to explain it pretty well, and I know a lot of people would get triggered if he appeared in a different suit, because lots of people, especially with the plot holes that the Flash, well, even most of the Arrowverse shows present, this would be another one, I think. Unless, in theory, we saw a reverse Flash way further down the line who did upgrade his suit, rather than the one who came back in Season 1 to kill Barry Allen. Game Crasher 101 asks, do you think DeVoe's wife, forgot her name, will betray because she believes she is saving him? Now, this is quite another popular question as well. So, will DeVoe's wife basically come over to Team Flash's side? And I think that is a strong possibility. I think she's a really good actor, the lady who plays DeVoe's wife. I really like the connection and the time they've spent with the flashbacks with her character. She's a really believable actress. You know, her motivations for wanting to help out her husband, you know, past the sort of ALS stuff he went through after being hit by the particle accelerator and getting really intelligent and all that. She's just really, really good. But I think ever since that moment in the episode, I believe episode 7, or maybe it was 8, where Barry was captured by the Thinker. It was, well, yeah, it was, I think it was a mid-season finale. And Barry was just basically saying to her about his marriage and how she's married to DeVoe, obviously, and you can still sort of see the doubt in her own mind throughout that whole episode. And then when the Thinker got transferred into Dominic's body, she still seemed a bit unsure of it. I think, you know, Clifford's intentions were, you know, wanting to make a better world and all of that, but it's gone way beyond that to the point of delusion now, or like, you know, way just like a evil genius's plan now, rather than a hopeful plan turned a bit warped and then evil. And I think she has maintained her character and her mindset ever since the good plan was a thing, rather now she's witnessed all of this warping that her husband Clifford has gone through. So I think she's at this point staying with him out of pure loyalty, but I think that might change. And she might be the one to come up with the neural inhibitor, or sorry, the cerebral inhibitor that we got teased with from Saboteur in Season 3. So yeah, I think, long story short, even though I went through the long story, I think there is a good chance that she will, I guess in your words, betray her husband, Clifford DeVoe, out of just the fact that he's going too far and it's not what he would have wanted if he was still the man he was, and blah, 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 blah. April Bohem, or Bomb, or I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Will Godspeed come to the Flash, or will the Trickster return? So, as for Godspeed, God, man, that is quite the topic. Loads and loads and loads of videos on that. I don't think I've ever made a Godspeed video, but maybe that will be the question of this video title, as that seems to always get the people coming to the videos. But as for Godspeed, I don't get the big question and hype around it, but I mean, you're just asking, so fair enough. So as for Godspeed, he could, I mean, I guess come to it, but he's not like a villain. He's more of an anti-hero. I don't want to spoil the Rebirth storyline, but he was never even that big. You know, it's just right at the beginning of the whole Rebirth thing, and I guess it's just because he's a shiny new speedster in the comics that everyone thinks, oh, he could come over to the actual TV show. I don't think that is going to be a thing. You never know, they could cameo it. They've taken the Speed Force Lightning Storm from the comics and changed it a little bit, but I don't know. I really don't know about Godspeed. I think everyone's just taking that way. You know, this is kind of old news now, but it was a lot more of a problem and an overhyped thing when Godspeed was, you know, coming out in the issues of the early Rebirth Flash comic. Everyone was going crazy for him. Everyone was saying, "Oh my God, is he gonna come? Is he gonna come to the Flash?" I just don't think he will. He's not really got much, storyline to him, to be honest. I mean, apart from several plus issues in the first volume or so of the Flash, but apart from that, what could you really do with him in the Flash TV show? Will the Trickster return? Well, I think they would have done a Trickster episode with Mark Hamill this year, but obviously he was doing press tour stuff for The Last Jedi, and I think they may have actually asked him, so I don't think we're going to get him this season. But, I would definitely count on Mark Hamill coming back probably next year for The Flash Season 5. But yeah, the Trickster will return, and who knows, they might find time to fit Mark Hamill in somewhere in between as well. Fletcher O'Riordan asks, do you think we will see Patty return at all? Now, I think it's always possible, but I don't think it will happen anytime soon. I think she might come over, if ever at all, for an episode or two, or a couple of episodes story arc. But because there is going to be no romance there or anything like that, because Barry is, married to Iris now, obviously it's not all about romance, but I feel like that because they introduced Patty into the show and linked her with Barry that way, I'm not saying that's all there is to her character, but I can't imagine her being a regular for anything else in this show, because they don't have time to really focus on their character with everything else going on in the show. So what other purpose would she serve, unless this was a huge movie and then she could be in it? But with everything else going on, all the series regulars we've already got, I can't imagine that. I think if anything they'll just do it as like a little bit of fun. So Goofy or Goofy asks, so is the original Dominic dead now, or is he inside the new Thinker somewhere? So that's a very good question. I'd like to think that when the Thinker transfers his mind over to Dominic, that he would still be in there somewhere, but maybe, when you are remapping someone's brains, that gets deleted and, he would take over. I'm not sure. That's a really good question. It depends if the Thinker's gonna hot bodies again. Is Dominic's body gonna deteriorate because of the Thinker's intelligence in Dominic? So in theory, the same thing would happen with what happened with Clifford DeVoe's body. So yeah, I'm not sure. I think that's a really, really good question. I personally hope that he's still in there because, I believe he is a comic character, Brainstorm, otherwise, so you would have thought that they might continue on that guy or leave him off to walk away at the end of this season or something like that. At the end of the day, they could kill him. It doesn't really matter. I mean, they can change things like that up with the TV show. Every TV show doesn't want to copy and paste from things. I'm really hoping that we get the old Clifford DeVoe back somehow, rather than just, having him in still some probably flashbacks to come. I'm really hoping we get more than just flashbacks, because I think he was a brilliant actor as well. I don't know, I just really relate to him with the way they set up his character in the show so far. And funnily enough, this leads me to Jay's question, which is just underneath the one I just read. Do you think the Thinker is gone for good? I read in a post saying it isn't the last of us seeing him, so flashbacks or physical form? That's the question. Really good question. Yet again, you guys are killing it. But I've tried digging into this to try and make a video around it. Maybe there's some news that has surfaced since I tried to research it, but I can't find anything on the original Thinker, Clifford DeVoe, coming back for any present day stuff. I think there's definitely going to be some more flashback stuff to add a little bit more context, whether that's with his wife, whether that's with his plans, whether that's with God knows what. But in terms of physical day, present day stuff, who knows? I do think that Dominic won't be the Thinker's face from here on out. I'm kind of hoping that maybe the Thinker comes up with something that allows him to embody the look of his actual self, Clifford DeVoe, well after the trial of the Flash, because, then DeVoe would be, known to the city, and Barry would be then proven innocent, because it's like, how would he have killed him then if he looks like him? That kind of thing. I think it's going to be well after the trial of the Flash, but I'm really hoping he does come back. But as of yet, correct me if I'm wrong, I can't find anything on if Clifford DeVoe will be in present day, rather than just the Thinker now hopping from body to body like he did with Dominic and now to another person. I think, the other guy is way too much of a good actor to just be, gotten rid of now. I really hope he comes back. But I definitely think we will see him for flashbacks, at least. Pickles Parker Reviews asks, what heroes would you like to appear on an Arrowverse show or have their own show? Now, whenever anyone asks me that question, I just want Constantine to have a season 2. I think, there's been so many worse shows out there that have been cancelled, or continued for a lot less, production quality and all sorts. I know he's still in the Arrowverse, and it feels like they are climbing the ladders very slowly with that character in terms of integrating him into more and more. Matt Ryan, the guy who plays Constantine, deserves so much more than that. I feel really sorry for him. I really want him to have his own thing. It'd be amazing if he had a regular role on The Legends of Tomorrow. It's kind of weird thinking about how he fits into that, but I know he does in a way, but he should have his own show. He's that much of a main character. As for other heroes, I'm not really sure. It'd be cool to see like more lantern-y kind of stuff, like instead of just Easter eggs, an actual, I don't know, look at, Hal Jordan or something walking down the street, or maybe if they did implement him in an episode, similar to like what they've done with the Ray, and that's another thing, the Ray as well could have a pilot or something like that. That would be really cool. I don't know, some random people like Blue Beetle and stuff, but I feel like the Arrowverse, believe it or not, at the same time, even though answering this question, I'm not sure I do want that many new characters, because I feel like we've got quite a lot, and I just want more development on who we have, rather than introducing, another Green Arrow, another Flash kind of styled popularity hero. That it'll get quite overwhelming. I mean, just think back to the crossover, the amount of heroes we had. That is mad to think about already, and they introduced the Ray. So that's pretty insane. David Benson asks, do you think they will ever cross the TV shows over with the movies, like some sort of Infinite Crisis type event? No. Like, the blunt answer to that is no. Never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Just think about it, like in terms of the DCU and stuff like that, and then you got the TV shows. It's a great idea. Like, maybe they could make it work if a master amount of planning went into it, but long story short, they're just not going to do it. They will definitely want to keep these two universes separate. It's just, I can't really explain it without going on about it forever, but trust me, the DCU or even the Elseworld story will never incorporate or include characters like Oliver Queen, Stephen Amell's Arrow, or Grant Gustin's Flash, or anything like that. I think it would be really fit. They could do it, like with Ezra Miller running through the Speed Force. They could see, like, I don't know, Grant Gustin's Flash, like they did in season 1. How sometimes when he ran through the Speed Force, you saw all these alternate things. That'd be really cool. But that would be an insane stretch, even if we just got that. But long story short, no, never got a crossover. Like, the TV stuff will be insanely separate from the movie stuff. But guys, that is all the questions I'm going to answer in this video. Let me know if you enjoyed this Q&A for The Flash Season 4 in the comment section down below. And if you found yourself new to this channel, then be sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video, because I will be doing, obviously, more content like this as the shows are coming back very, very shortly. And we got Black Lightning as well. This year, I'm really going to strive to do so much more of this channel. I really want to just always try and improve myself on this channel and just see what I can do. I want to cover more shows, and yes, that includes things like Supergirl and stuff. I may not be able to review shows like that, but I could do like newsy stuff, theory videos and whatnot. So if you are liking what you see on this channel, be excited for the new year, because I certainly am, because I want to step up my game a lot more. Apart from that, if you want to stay more up to date with me personally, you can do so by following me on social media. The link should be popping up on the screen around here, or you can click on one of the links in the description below. I'm most active on Twitter and Facebook, so be sure to check those out. I also have Patreon as well, so if you want to help fuel the content that I create on this channel, be sure to check out those tiers and rewards. You might like some of them. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.